Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Wednesday, April 11th, 2012. Let's get right into the charts. There's a lot to cover here. Start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that they are trading higher by about 10 points at this morning, right to around the 1366.75 level. Futures getting a big bid on a few different factors here, catalysts driving the markets higher after yesterday's steep, sharp sell-off. Today, there was an Italian bond auction that went off without a hitch. It looks like there was short-term notes, but it looks like there was good demand there. Obviously, we know who's buying that debt. It's the central banks, but nonetheless, the market likes when that happens, and futures are trading higher. Um, we'll have to keep an eye on Spanish and Italian bond yields very closely. That will tell us pretty much everything you need to know going forward in the market. Also, you had earnings from Alcoa. Alcoa is trading up a little bit around the $9.86 level. I will give you guys a level for Alcoa, which I did calculate this morning before before I did this broadcast. Couple of other things out there that you want to watch today is the U.S. dollar index. You'll see that the U.S. dollar index is trading sharply lower. You can see the high was put in around yesterday afternoon, and look how it has fallen. You know, when the dollar goes down, the markets go up. Dollar has rallied off the lows a little bit, right around 6 o'clock in the morning. But either way, dollar is still down sharply, trading down 23 cents at the moment. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but 23 cents moves markets when it's a fall in the U.S. dollar index. So keep a chart of the dollar up, especially after the opening bell. That's what you're going to need to see. But right now, it looks like Italian bond auctions went off pretty decently. Looks like the central banks are in there buying that debt, and that is keeping these markets keeping a little bit of a bid underneath the markets at the moment. So we'll see how it plays out and how it finishes today. But once again, we are getting a little bit of a pop in the futures market as the dollar sells off. Now, if that dollar rallies, futures will come right back down. You know how it works. Inverse relationship, as good as it gets, right there between the U.S. dollar index and the stock market. A couple of other things to look at this morning. Well, first of all, there was a big earthquake in Indonesia, so you got to watch that as well. There's tsunami warnings across all of the Indian Ocean and parts of the Pacific, I believe. So we'll see what happens from that. But it's a terrible earthquake, and our prayers go out to those people in Indonesia. Um, let's take a look at a few other things here this morning. One is oil. You'll see oil is trading up a little bit. Not a big pop in oil, but it is capturing a little bit of a bid. The USO finished at 38.51, trading right around 38.57. Spot crude is only up, I think, 35 cents at the moment to 101.37. So again, just a little uptick in oil today. Gold is down 3 points. Gold had a big surge yesterday. Take a look at the GLD this morning, and you'll see it's basically flat, not doing much. Spot gold is just down 3 points this morning to around 16.58 an ounce. But huge bounce yesterday in gold. Gold had a very good bounce, very strong move, and that comes on the fears that of European the European fears, and also when the market's down, there's chatter of QE3 occurring. So that's what causes gold to go up so quickly. There's a few stocks out there you want to look at today. I'm going to start off with Alcoa since we talked about that already. For one thing, Alcoa had earnings that were better than expected. It was coming off of a down move, so that's a strong gap up. Alcoa has strength all the way up, believe it or not, to around the 1050 level. So that's what you're going to watch for. I don't know if it'll get there, but if it does, you're going to watch this black line right here, 1050 level is where Alcoa will have strength up to. Right now, Alcoa is having a pretty nice move, trading around the 985, 990 level. So decent little pop for Alcoa. Let's take a look at Chevron. Chevron also reported earnings, I believe, today. Stock is trading around the 102.60 level. I'm not seeing anything great there, but it's hanging in there. Chevron has been beaten down, so the stock is definitely oversold in the short term. If the stock does fall, it will have support right at the $100 mark. Just intraday for a quick bounce. That's all that is. Okay? On the upside, I'm not really sure where it's going to go or what it's going to do. We'll have to wait and see. But right now, if it does fall, it does have support around the $100 level. So we'll have to watch Chevron there. Travelzoo having a nice big pop today, trading up to around the $28 level. This is a strong gap up as well, coming from a real weak position. So good little move for Travelzoo. I think $30 or maybe even around $30.40. That would be really the extent of the upside there, in my opinion. But it is a strong gap, so be careful trying to sell this thing. It is definitely a strong gap and has upside maybe to around 30. It's already extended, but it could get up to that 30 level. It's a thin stock. You can't rule that out. Let's take a look at this Titan, T-I-T-N, Titan Machinery, having a big pop today as well. I'm not sure what the news is here. I think it's earnings, but either way, this stock is overbought. Okay, so I would not be jumping on Titan. I'm not going to say it's a fade candidate because it was down so much yesterday, but it could be. I really don't see much upside here. Really, around this 33 level is really max upside that I see for the stock. It's another thin name, doesn't trade much volume. On average, I guess it trades around 100,000 shares a day. So be very careful trading these thin stocks. They're really not my cup of tea. But nonetheless, I would not be chasing this thing up here. Let's take a look at Nokia. Everybody's favorite cell phone company is getting hammered this morning to the downside. This is a weak gap down, though. So just realize Nokia will have some bounces. It looks like the stock has some support around the 440 level. This might be an all-time low, so you got to be a little bit careful. It could go a little bit lower, but Nokia around here, I don't really see it falling much more than this level right here. So there should be some support around this 440 area. Maybe it's 430, 425, but I don't really see it falling much more. But nonetheless, it is still a nasty decline, but it's a weak gap down, so it has a chance of bouncing. So watch Nokia today. Keep that on your radar. I know it's a real small stock these days, trading under $5 now. Never a positive when a stock trades under $5. Becomes the institutions or the broker dealers usually do not allow you to borrow the stock on margin, and it really can affect the share prices. So you got to see there, but it does look like it has some little bit of support, at least short term, around the 440 level. That's pretty much it. There are a lot of stocks up, a lot of stocks down, but nothing major, no major moves. The futures are trading higher. Again, what you want to do is keep a chart up of the U.S. dollar index. You don't even have to worry about Italy or anything else. If the dollar goes down, the market goes up, and vice versa. That's how it works. That's how it continues to work. That's how it's been working for 10 years. So just follow what works, and until it decouples, we'll still keep an eye on that chart every single day. In my opinion, the dollar is the most important chart that anyone can follow these days. Alrighty, with that said, we'll leave it real brief here today. Enjoy the rest of your trading day, and we will see you on the charts tomorrow. Take care now.